Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video just on a guy on the internet. This is not a Minecraft map review this time around. Currently I'm doing a Outlast 2 map. I've kind of slacked off on it for a while, and I've recently become interested in doing it again, since last month. And I've been using Freecam a lot, and with the assistance of Freecam and my map, I've come across some pretty interesting stuff. Especially with how the map is laid out. So I'm going to be showing it in this video, just some of the stuff I've noticed, and yeah. So here we go. This is the chapter Judges, of course. And yeah, so let's get into it. So let's go into Freecam here. We got Blake here. So yeah, this is the actual river with the raft, and you end up falling off, and you swim, and you get the tongue guy, Father Laudermilch, the demon. And, the school scene starts, and it ends here when you climb up the ladder out of the actual river. And you end up here in this shed. So yeah, this is the sub-chapter Welcome. So it's the first kind of chapter of Judges. So yeah, you have a bunch of walkways here. You have like this dock area. If you climb up the stairs, you'll eventually reach the actual mine here. For some reason, it started lagging out pretty badly. So yeah, here you have the bridge with the train tracks, and actually what's really cool is at the end there's actually train cars here. And so in theory, this should connect to the other bridge that you see after leaving Temple Gate, with the train tracks leading directly to the mine. So that's still an area of the game I really need to work on. It's actually the only part of the game I have left to do, is the whole Nick and Laird part. Everything else is pretty much done. The entire mine is done. The entire Temple Gate is done. So, and I have really started to tackle the Nick and Laird part, which is actually not too difficult with Freecam, but that's going to be a video for another day. So yeah, you have the bridge, of course, and now for the actual mine, like the above section here, not the underground portion. The mine is kind of divided into a bunch of little structures, and you have the train tracks running through it. So yeah, here you have the first structure here, and there's nothing in here. Of course, you're not really supposed to, you're not meant to go in here. Across from that is another structure that you never go into. And of course, there's nothing in here. Up here, there's a bunch of heretics, yeah, T-posing. You got the smaller little shed here. And all the way up on the hill is this other structure, so nothing too interesting. So, with the game, you go down, the train tracks, and then on the right is a staircase leading up to a door where a heretic closes it after you. And eventually you meet a, one of, Nof's guys, and, they warn you, and you, like, go through a crack in the wall. Right here. And, no, you have a school scene when you go through that hole. And where you actually end up is right here, in this little pool area. And that's just on the other side of the actual train tracks from where you were in the chapter Welcome. And this is now the chapter The Ascension, after the school scene. And so you go down here, you have the door, and you go into this structure here, which is pretty cool. So now you might be asking, where the hell did Blake go? So you go through here, you have the staircase going up, you go through these areas, blah blah blah. Up here, and this is it, where you meet Nof's guy, with Nof's Eye, the actual name of the cult. Yeah, right here. And you go through this crack. So you see, I kind of have a little space here. And so you would kind of go up here, and then the pool is right down here. So it's a very short distance, actually. So, and I've seen this with many other kind of transitions, is when Blake is kind of gone, during the school scene. Um, he ends up not too far from where the school scene started. I've seen this with Templegate and some other areas. So he doesn't go too far, and you're going to see some of the other areas as well. So yeah, then Blake goes through here. In this area, he goes up the stairs, and he eventually reaches the attic. Where is it? Yeah, right here. So he gets chased by the heretics. And, the heretics, break down the windows. They stand on this balcony right here. And, you go out at this window. You kind of jump out of it. And that starts another school scene. And, my idea is that Blake, during that school scene, kind of walks along this balcony because there's really nowhere else for him to go. And he actually somehow ends up right here. And this is where the chapter Blake Against the Machine actually starts. In this little closet, you have to push the cart against the wall to jump over. And you see it's right next to the area where the previous school scene ended. So that's very interesting. Of course, I've kind of known about this for a little while. I had an old map I did of the mine, and I lost it within my large pile of other drawings and crap. So, but yeah, this pretty much just confirmed that this area is right here. Since I did a map of these other areas, this is the chapter Blake Against the Machine. You go through this area, you get chased again, and you eventually end up, yeah, here. And you jump out this window, and you fall into Jessica's corpse, starting yet another school scene. And then what's really interesting is, then where do you end up? Well, you end up right above, actually where this previous school scene started. And, then you're back here, you're up on this balcony area, and you end up, you go into this area. And yeah, so it's right above actually where Blake fell through. Now, I'm not sure, how he actually got up here, kind of still working on that. So yeah, very interesting how it's all laid out here. And then you have like a little balcony here. And you have the cables here. Yeah, just kind of go there. And yeah, you never do actually go back here, because you go through the stairs. But there's actually a lot back here. You have the rest of the mine over here. There's not a lot of detail, since you're not really supposed to see all this. And then I'm assuming this is where the mine ends, because you just have this structure here, and there's really nothing past this point. So that's where it might end. Let's go back to Blake again, because it kind of got a little bit messed up there. So yeah, you have this little walkway here, and I've noticed that you actually never do go into any of these buildings on this side. Only like this kind of like main area, kind of consider this the main area. So yeah, and I also forgot to include the, and then you see that this area right here is the highest point of the actual mine itself. It's much higher than any of the other areas. And, this is, the whole balcony area here and this area. And up there is where the chapter King of the Hill starts, which is the final chapter of the, the main chapter, Judges. So this whole area up here, hopefully it won't disappear. Okay. And yeah, this is where you get chased by the heretics. Yeah, it looks very ominous here. Wow. But yeah, you have to turn on the elevator, and then you get chased. And when you reach the actual elevator, you can go down to the actual mine. So, oh yeah, and this is where you kind of fall through. Now you got this whole area. So, there you guys have it. There's the actual, mine. Just showing you how it's all laid out. It's very interesting to see that how everything, is connected. Especially when you have all the school scenes in between. And that's one of the challenges I've come across with doing the Outlast 2 map is the school scenes themselves. Luckily, for most of the map, it's not too difficult, especially using Freecam and such. So, this whole area is covered, especially since, the school scenes happen much more frequently during this stage of the game. So, the only area that I really have to worry about the school scenes is the Nick and Laird parts. But other than that, it's pretty much covered. Temple Gate is done, so, and also kind of the end portion of the game. So yeah, depending on how well this video does, I'm probably going to continue this short little series, just with more discoveries I've made about the actual map. And all of this is really going towards the upcoming Outlast 2 map, since if some of you remember, I showed you part of my Temple Gate map that I did, almost 3 years ago now. Jesus, that hasn't been updated in a while. So it's going to be nice to go back to it again with the map almost pretty much done. I've done the school as well. So it's all coming together really nicely, and I'm really looking forward to showing you guys. So, the first ever map of Outlast 2 to the best of my ability, so. And yeah, so, that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you have any suggestions, please do leave them in the comments. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I don't know every single thing about the map. I'm still trying to, work on some stuff, but most of it is done. So yeah, uh, do look forward to that. And of course also the Outlast 1 map that I'm also doing as well, which, is pretty much my priority right now. But whenever I get bored of doing it, I kind of go back to this. So I kind of do a back and forth thing. Sometimes I work on the Outlast 2 map, sometimes I work on the Outlast 1 map. And yeah, so that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Whether it be a Minecraft map review, or this series, or something else entirely. So, bye.